Yeah, we are live. We got Double I, MiGTOW in the win, and Yam.
Oh, fuck.
Mm.
So it looks like my PSN password is I the
We're live.
what? Oh, I
God.
was gonna give you guys my PSN password.
Rule one of security is
Okay,
you
so
should be
what was the
checking
question was asking me, Double I?
What is a
What my
quasar?
PSN password was.
No, what it was a quasar?
Oh,
Oh,
Well, first off, you observe all the society standards, like the society hierarchy system, and it's like you observe alpha, beta, all the way to sigma, and
hmm.
you find a common ground that they don't care that literally does not a interfere with the law or b doesn't conform to the standards, and you do that.
Hmm.
Basically, you look like you're a fucking loon, like you're a goddamn
Hmm.
lunatic. But
Hmm.
at the same time, you're sane. You just basically doing your own damn thing. Like there's a philosopher that literally it's it's an ancient philosopher that he would be considered mentally unstable by today's standards, but back their standards, he was like one of the respected ones, right up there with Socrates. I don't remember. I don't remember his name, but his methods of doing things were so outlandishly out there
Hmm.
that it got him recognition. Like
Hmm.
when the invasion was of I think it was Rome was going on, he
Hmm.
took his barrel, rode it uphill, and rode it back down multiple times. And when people stopped to ask him why he did that, he basically said he's doing the same thing. He's being as about as effective as everybody else
Yeah.
during this panic. And many of his noteworthy milestones was basically he saw a boy. He had a bowl that he used to drink water and soup. He saw a boy scoop water in his hand and drink it from his hands, and he discarded his bowl. He was an epic, simplistic lifestyle.
Uh,
He barely had the clothes on his back. He lived in a barrel,
Put in a pot
you
of
know.
water, see SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, it
I'm
wasn't.
just joking. I'm being
Yeah, I
silly.
know. It's like he was. I'm trying to be as close to him without being locked up in a psych ward.
Gotcha.
mm. Hmm.
You know,
Well, I've always thought about that. It's like how much information is really necessary to live your life.
like there's a
And
philosopher. I can't remember his name, but
I think you might be talking about.
he was a Greek philosopher. It was his lifestyle was incredibly simplistic to epic standards,
Hmm.
Maybe like Cicero.
and it's like the whole reason of me taking a two
Was it
week
Cicero?
hiatus
I don't
of
know. I just
it
remember
was
Cicero
be
was
basically it helped me understand him a lot more.
Gotcha.
yeah. So it's like kind of like
2 months.
absurdism. Yeah, like when you're in society, like the way people do things is just so crazy that for you to
Right.
just do your own thing is
That's why I'm not
pretty.
freaked out. That's why I'm not as freaked out as most people are about this epidemic and
Hmm.
about people panic buying. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
same thing with.
saying, go forth, my panic buying hoes, and make me money. Daddy needs McTown to win. Pimp Daddy win needs a new Coupe de Ville.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
You know
same
they don't
thing.
make those anymore. What's up, Alex Montana?
Alex Montoya, what's good, fam? Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just
I like
chilling.
that. So double I. What's your interpretation of the Ticosphere? I'm put you on the spot because I can, because I'm a dick like that.
Yeah. So my PSN password is
Why are you telling your
Ah,
PSN password on live?
I'm trying to fuck
don't
with
do
you.
that.
Hey,
Come on,
it's
man.
your
Why
fault.
would
It's your fault if you got motherfuckers following you that you don't want
I
following
was
you.
I was gonna say, I want you to write this password down, okay? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Ready?
Okay, smartass. I knew what you were going to say.
I know you do, but anyone else that wants to write it down, let's write it down together. It's I uppercase D, the number 1, the letter O, and the
T,
letter T, capital. That's
capital
my
T.
PSN password.
No, it ain't. Smartass.
Do you wanna-
Now back to your interpretation of the Ticosphere.
All right. Well, the Ticosphere is basically this channel.
for the most part, if you know what I mean.
For the most part, this channel, the Discord. Wait a minute. Am I doing this or are you doing this, Ian? Come on,
He's doing
Shanky.
it.
Well, I was just-
No, you're
I
doing
was
it,
told.
not Shanky.
I was told.
He's doing
Shanky
it?
already said his. He can do his over again, but you're doing yours first since you didn't get into the last time.
Okay. So, so it not only includes this channel, right? This YouTube channel, but it also includes the live streams. It includes the channel shows, essentially. It includes you going out and being on other people's channels. It includes the Discord server that you have. It includes a ton of other shit that just essentially comes together, and it's your own piece of the manosphere, but in a sense, you're helping men through these means, these different sets of means. So that's, to me, that's the Ticosphere, and everyone else who taps into the Ticosphere and uses your, in a sense, your construct in order to amplify each of their own messages. And that's, in a sense, giving people a platform who would normally not have one. So in a sense, Ticosphere is a podium.
Gotcha.
To keep it simple.
You Yam?
Yeah, because I had a little bit, but I want to build on it from that last live stream.
Okay, go ahead.
And yeah, so it's a platform, but it's just a culmination of your experiences, and because for people who are in the West, we talk about celebrities as people who show all of their life, and they they are completely open to the public, but we all know that they live their private lives and what they do. We all know the kind of messed up stuff that they take part in, and Tico is the opposite of that. So because he has so much respect for other people's business and stuff, he's not one of these social justice or like warriors or these feminists that are like celebrities and like people who are a part of the left. He actually gets to incorporate his other experiences into the public image. So it's like a person who's just an actor, they have like a public image of them just being an actor. But Tico, his fear is like a walk-in clinic. It's like a freaking psychology, or it's like a psychiatrist clinic. It's a freaking security firm of people who feel like they're being assaulted, or people who deal with trolls on a daily can just come in and feel safe. It's a place where just anybody who can relate to Tico in any way is welcome, and that's how it should be. It should always stay that way. And the thing is about some people try to make this a goal of theirs in the beginning, and then they change over time when they get famous. But the goal to the Ticosphere, as far as I know, is to just try to remain consistent throughout and deliver good content along with all the help that he does on that website. That's my synopsis of it, and I'm pretty good at synopsi. So
Synopsis.
you guys
I like that.
you guys can trust me that this is good. And I think that whoever is a part of it, if we're ever to leave, or ever to have something that doesn't connect with the Ticosphere, that will be better because we'll have like a wider perspective on the entire thing, whatever it is we end up doing.
Hmm.
Yes.
MiGTOW to win.
Yep.
What's your interpretation of the Ticosphere?
It's basically like it's a neutral ground. It's basically a neutral ground where you will listen where people can, if they're in the server and they're able to defend themselves. It's basically it's a version of a courtroom, you know. Like where if one like for minutes and another person. No, I mean, I'm not trying to bring anybody in there, but for two people who have a disagreement, they can hash it out and walk away with no harm done. You know, with little to no harm done because they both got on a platform in a courtroom in a neutral ground to where they don't have to, where they could just walk away with as better men. I mean, at least that's in theory. That's for the most part. But we know in reality, one party is going to talk trash, while the other party just basically takes the lessons they've learned and goes with it. Or both of them are going to talk trash on each other, and nobody learned a damn thing, except for the people who actually paid attention to the whole cluster cuss of a problem.
That's what you'll notice is that in a lot of Tico's videos, he says the things that he finds funny or pisses him off are things that he wants to examine closely. But when another problem that we have on YouTube is when things piss people off or things or people want to find enjoyment in other people's situations, they're more likely to just make a video about it, talking trash, and not really trying to learn more, which is it's something that I find funny. It's something that's just weird. It's just weird because it's something that no one ever talks
You
about.
wanted to say something I found funny.
Something
I
I
know you
found
did.
funny.
I know you wanted to
It's
say
weird.
that.
So that's the reason why I am the way that I am is because I'm a sponge,
Mhm.
and so it's like the Ticosphere for me is like the best place in the world for me to be because Win says it's for people to defend themselves, but like I go in to get my lumps basically to like test my wits, and then knowing that everything that I know is going to be challenged. Like that's I don't know, I get like a weird kick out of it, and I think that it's not for anybody to decide what it is. Everybody's going to have their own interpretation. What's cool about a democracy. You can you can basically ignore why everyone else moves in tandem with you because it's for a greater and higher purpose.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to you, it's
If anybody
so
agrees,
to you, yeah, it's more or less like a boxing rink,
it's a boxing ring.
a
Yeah.
boxing rink in a school in a college to you. For MiGTOW to win, it's more so a it's more so a
Hey,
it's more so like a courtroom and stuff like that for you.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah.
Double I, it's more of a place to go to for greater help and greater good and to do great things for the world for the most part. For you, what about you,
Yeah.
Dennis? You're the one that coined the phrase, so now that you're in here, you get to talk about what the Ticosphere is to you.
Oh, the Ticosphere. That was just an unofficial term, though.
Yeah, well, you said it, so it's official since Yam was sitting in
Well,
a room with you because he's a part of the panel.
The Ticosphere is basically MiGTOW in the wind, obviously Tico Tren, Double I, Yam, myself. That's basically the Ticosphere.
And Can PD.
And we focus on positive masculinity and sometimes the lols and the trolls.
Yeah. and we try to do it in a respectful manner, so we won't offend. No, not the fact, not the much as offend people, but we try to do it in a respectful manner, so we can give people the time and place to grow. That way, we don't just go trolling them and what's it called, bashing them for no reason whatsoever.
Exactly. We're not going to be like a fraternity, be like, yeah, we're going to fuck you up. We're not going to do that.
Yeah, no, not at all, not in the least bit.
And we also believe in seniority and 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 supporting people who have been in the Ticosphere for long enough, giving them special privileges.
Okay, now you're cutting up now, yeah. Now you're cutting up, yeah. Giving them special privileges.
Allowing them
Special privileges. It's not socialism, bro.
Right? I'm serious.
One nation under Tico, indivisible.
I don't know about that now, yeah. Knock it off.
No,
AKA TIP.
Give me a
Tico's
second, I'll be
important
back.
people.
Huh?
Tico's important people. TIP instead of VIP.
Oh, yeah, TIP. Nice.
TIP.
Just the TIP.
Right?
Just the
TIP. Listen to you, just the TIP. Hard trip.
That's raunchy.
Yes,
Oh, goodness. So you got any interesting
Sail on
things to talk
toilet
about?
paper.
Oh, speaking of which, we meant to ask you about that thing that happened in Australia because you jumped out of the live stream before we could ask you about it.
Oh, what
last
happened? What happened?
Oh, what
to
was it?
Australia?
Yeah, it was something.
Um,
Women? Was it something about feminists? Oh, feminists being affected. Australian feminists being affected by the coronavirus.
Considering that they're the ones
game,
that
the dating
bought out
game.
the toilet paper in the first place, it was actually predominantly them.
Yeah.
Um.
Apparently, the coronavirus is affecting women, quote unquote, in Australia.
Oh yeah,
We wanted
yeah.
you to
women are,
elaborate on that.
complaining. They're like, "Oh, men aren't coming out to see us. We can't go out to bars and pubs. I got laid off my job," and it's like,
They say, right?
it's
Yeah,
like
nothing wrong
you're
with
so
that.
strong and independent that you still use the energy grid provided by men at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's a fact. That's a fact. They
Yeah,
do.
true. Very
The
true. I'll
energy
give you
grid is
that.
run by men, and same as our mining industry that's used for the energy grid. It's run by men as well.
That pesky patriarchal mining industry. God dang.
Like, yeah, just like these whammons, man.
Hmm.
And some of them is like even saying, "Oh, I still will not be dependent on a man," and it's like, you are, because you're using our energy grid. Want us to switch off the lights?
Yeah.
Please.
I was thinking I had like kind of like a revelation, Dennis. I was thinking I think I had 3 dreams, and one of the dreams it was like I was sitting outside a country club, and this person was gonna go interview. It was a white guy, and he's like, "Man, I'm nervous, man. They're gonna figure out that I'm red pilled, and they're not gonna give me the job." And I was like, "Dude, it's okay. All you gotta think about is you gotta be confident. You gotta be confident, and if you're confident, then you'll just bat away any feminism, because what's the opposite of feminism?" And he was like, "Confidence." And I was like, "Bingo." And we like fist bumped, and I sent him in there. I was like, "Go get him, Tiger." And then he was like, "Thanks, man."
The way I see it, in order for these domestic terrorists to actually see any type of reason, is if the lights and utilities would, if not only the lights but the utilities, the plumbing, the gas, everything that gets shut down. That's the only way that they will that these domestic terrorists will ever realize, is if we're living in like the 1800s, before, where we're literally burning freaking logs of freaking wood and coal to keep our asses warm, and we're literally Sears and Roebuck have made a comeback and have decided to start their Sears catalog again.
Did
Just
they?
to order stuff. I mean, that's an example. If they decided, basically, the only way is if Sears catalog came back on horse and carriage and shit like that. That is the only way
Ford and
that
Chevy
these
made
feminists,
a revival.
that these domestic terrorists will ever see reason. Is if we're living in those times of domestic of Sears catalog, literally wiping your behind with Sears catalogs, literally, and just damn horse-drawn carriages, natural gas is shut down, electric shut down, freaking water. You're literally boiling your water, getting it from a freaking well. That is the only way they're gonna see reason. We've come too far. We are too advanced.
We are.
For these women to see reason.
I was also going to say,
all these convicts would have to get let out of jail and cause mass hysteria, mass carnage for these women to see reason.
yeah, but women will love the bad boys. They'll be like, "Woo, jail Tyrone is out on the street."
And they can have them. And
Yeah,
they can have them.
I still want the
the bad
internet
boys.
so I can have these live streams with Tico Tren.
What?
I said I still want the internet so I can have these live streams with you guys and have my Discord.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I appreciate
the
having
thing is, okay, so what happened? I don't know what happened. Like maybe technology became more female accessible. Is that what happened?
No, it just basically their lives became more comfortable, a little too comfortable for good, and they've taken everything for granted for the most part. So now they think but all these technologies that we have in place now they believe that they're equal to us because of all these technologies.
What it is exactly what Tico said, but what it is was like, instead of using the technology to help educate their children, to help teach them how to cook, how to do all these things the old-fashioned way, just in case they need to fall back on something, they've let all those skills go by the wayside. It took about 2 or 3 generations for it to rear its ugly head, but it's what it is like the women, when the automated dishwasher, the vacuum assist shifting, the sewing machine, the sewing machine, and the textile shops came into play, where they literally didn't have to sew their clothes to make them. When all these machineries came into place, like the washing machine, they didn't take that time to spend more to educate their children into a lifestyle that may have potentially benefited them. They didn't take the time to educate the children on life skills, like in case the system were to collapse, like homesteading, blacksmithing, a few other things. Like they didn't allow the men to teach the kids what they've learned from their fathers and their grandfathers. Well, like all these blacksmithing videos, they're nothing compared to the blacksmithing of medieval feudal Japan, feudal China, like Americas, in the early Americas. There's nothing compared to that. We are nothing compared to that. We have let old skills die off, like cooking, cleaning, homemaking, knitting, needlepoint, and all the other stuff. We have let all these skills die off. And many men have taken up all the skills that are dying off for themselves. That were traditionally done by women. They're taking those skills and keeping them in the back burner, keeping them in their reserves, like sewing, like using the sewing machines. They have
Maybe
skills.
Maybe feminism created the coronavirus because women refused to clean, so then a virus came out of the dirt, and then it mutated, and then it just started affecting the rest of the world.
I wouldn't be shocked if that. I wouldn't. Many people. I've talked about that with a lot of people too. Like, the coronavirus basically was put here to scare women back into the kitchen or scare women back into scare women down from their crazy podium that they got that we let them have basically.
Yeah, he's brave enough to leave the house, right?
Yeah.
The problem is it's too late. It is
Well, it's
too
not.
late.
Well, it's not McCall in a way because if you actually look around and listen, you don't hear anything coming from the feminist camps.
I hear it, but there are men like me that it's
Yeah,
too late for. It is
Well,
already
yeah, I
too
know
late.
that. But at the same time, you still don't hear women acting a fool and clucking and yelling and shrieking and reeing all over the damn place right now with the coronavirus.
True, that is true. But what happens after it passes?
Well, and at the same time, the sad part of the thing about women that people fail to realize is they remember this shit, so they won't forget this shit. This shit would always be sitting in the back of their mind because they know that shit like this can actually happen, where like their freedoms and their liberties can be damn near snatched away, and what they got to say is take second place to like a major disaster or a disease for the most part. So
Now,
women won't
question
forget this shit. Women won't forget this shit at all. This shit will stick with them. This is why if you go to California, like Double Lie and was saying, you see a bunch of heifers out here wearing yoga pants and those nylons or whatever the hell they call them, those leggings and yoga pants, basically trying to play it up, basically because they know that shit's real and they actually need men for the most part. Because at the end of the day, what people fail to realize is, no matter how much shit that these feminists talk, they want a man like Donald Trump to pretty much keep them in their place.
Yeah. And
Now I got a question. Now I got a question.
Hold on, and just to build off that thing, because you were talking about California, and I was just outside running today. It's like the social distancing is plausible deniability now. So it's like when they see you running or they see you making your way down the path, they say, "Oh, sorry, here, let me get out the way," and with the yoga pants, just to get your attention and make themselves known,
Yeah, to make yourself. Yeah, that's what they're literally doing. They're running around making themselves be known. Because I went to go get my hair cut, and there were some women with pink hair standing outside. Remember, matter of fact, I told the story today after I got my hair cut with these heifers outside. There's one heifer outside mad because the barbershop's still open, but all the beauty salons are closed.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got a question. If they remember this, are they going to pass it on to their children?
Well, no, they're going to remember this. They're going to remember it. It's a hard pill for them to swallow. So they're going to remember this shit. They're going to be upset about it, but they're going to enjoy they're going to enjoy the benefits that they really want. They're just basically reading right now for no damn reason because they want attention and they want to feel like something's important for the most part. The reason why they're quiet is because this coronavirus stepped into play, and now it's pretty much overshadowing any stupid shit that they got to say out of their mouth.
Basically.
Now the problem is it's the next generation. Because now the thing is the laws are still the same.
The next generation is going to know about the coronavirus for the most part. It's just simple. It's just simple math, and that's going to probably keep them from doing more stupid shit. But it's not going to stop them from doing complete stupid shit. But it's going to keep them from doing majority of the stupid shit that they're doing now. For the most part, is what I'm trying to say. It's not going to stop them completely because nothing ever goes away completely. Let's just keep it 100.
Now the problem is the laws are still the same.
Yeah,
the
but
laws have not become less.
Yes, I know. The laws are still the same, but however,
how people interpret the laws are going to change for sure.
The sad part about the laws are the same. And like me and Double I were saying in the last few live streams, this coronavirus is not going to be the same no more after this is over. Our lives are not going to be the same once it's over. So like the whole entire feminist movement plus coronavirus then altered everybody's life and trajectory and path and what they thought they was going to be the life was going to be in the future, for the fact that it altered everything. This all fucked everything up to the point where like it took it to the next level. So women realize now that shit is real and shit hit the fan, and now they need that protector for the most part, that protector and that provider, because they know that they're not as strong to actually deal with this shit like men are for the most part. And plus on top of that, you forget that the fact that most truckers are men, and the fact that they didn't have any toilet paper in the damn stores or any extra dry goods in the stores lets them know that what they got going on ain't shit right now. because they need men. So all this shit culminating into all this stuff basically made them realize that shit is real. Shit is really real. And if we keep fucking up like this, shit can get really real.
Now the problem I see is like it's not my generation. It's not the next generation I'm worried about. It's the generation after that. Because they're gonna go back to the rhetoric saying gender equality and stuff like that, like it's business as usual.
Well, no, the thing that you got to realize about that MiGTOW and the Win is Gen Z, they're mostly conservative. So we ain't got to worry about this with Gen Z. We only got to worry about this with the millennials.
But the power structure is not Gen Z as far as...
Yeah, it's not Gen Z yet because they won't turn 20. They won't turn 20 for a good... Well, some of them are 20, but the rest of them won't be 20 for a good period of time. So when they step up, the power structure is pretty much going to change no matter what, whether you like it or not. So all these social justice warriors are pretty much going to fall off. And Gen Z is pretty much going to... Well, we're pretty much... Let me say, older millennials and younger zillennials and Gen Xers are going to pretty much die off, and Gen Z is pretty much going to be our saving grace. And Gen Z and Gen Alpha are going to be our saving grace. I think Laszlo's in Gen Alpha, Talia's in Gen Alpha, and my twins are in Gen Alpha. Karen and Dashari are both in Gen Z. So, if most of the children come out like Kieran and Dashari, and coming out like Kieran and Dashari and Gen Z, like they said, because they basically made predictions on what Gen Z is going to look like, or who they're going to vote for, or what the political leanings are going to be, and they all say they're going to be pretty conservative. I mean, they're going to be very conservative. They're going to still partaking some of this shit, but they're going to be very conservative about it for the most part. So they're going to be Republican leaning. But they're gonna cherry pick a lot of this stuff while being Republican leaning, if you know what I mean, because they seen what this stuff does to people in the millennial phase, that they're basically dodging it and avoiding it at all costs to try not to end up like these people for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're learning the lessons from the previous generation.
Yeah, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are basically learning lessons from millennials for the most part. And millennials is the one that we really got to worry about the most. Don't get me wrong, Gen X and Zillennials, we do got some soy boys in there, but for the most part, they at least act like they got some fucking sense for the most part. The Zillennials and the Gen Xers. But millennials, on the other hand, that's what you got to worry about. Those are where the social justice warriors, those are where fourth wave feminism, intersectional feminism actually resides for the most part.
Yeah.
But after that, I don't think there'll be another feminist movement until like probably my daughter Talia is probably like in her 50s. If not, she'll probably be in her 30s when another one comes along.
I hope she's around to shut it down.
Yeah, I think all my kids will be around to shut it down, even Laszlo for the most part, and the twins. So I don't think it's going to be as crazy as this. And I think with this generation growing up, especially especially the Gen Z and the Gen Alphas, with them growing up in this situation that they're in now, and seeing all the hardships of the whole entire social isolation, I think it's going to play a big toll on their mentality and not choose to actually go the way of feminism for the most part, for the fact that this shit is real. Like, I couldn't go out like like the millennials can go outside and play, but they didn't really go outside and play. They basically played with their thumbs. Whereas like this generation, they actually like going out and playing, and they like doing stuff outside, and they do both. They do a hybrid of the playing the video games and
like
going out
both.
enjoying themselves.
I like both. Like I like going on bikes and being a journeyman, and then I also like pooping up and like not talking to anyone.
So like so the sad part of the neat thing about this the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha is they're going to be a hybrid of this stuff, but they're going to go out and play. They're going to explore. They're going to do all this stuff. And the fact that they are actually in the midst of this whole entire social distancing thing is going to make them remember, because like you kind of figure millennials didn't really ever have anything that they really had to worry about. Let's just keep it 100. Millennials didn't have shit to worry about. Like they pretty much had a fun-filled, carefree life for the most part. If you think about it, it's just facts. Now my
No
children now,
predators.
huh?
Yeah, they didn't have any predators.
They didn't have any predators. They didn't have anything. They didn't really have too much to really
Well,
worry
they did
about.
have predators.
Bonobos.
Jeffrey
Well, they had
Epstein.
They had predators, but if the sad part about the millennials and those predators is they actually chose to hang out with those predators. I hate to break it to you, and I'm being really honest. They chose to hang out with those predators. So it's
Oh,
their
I was
fault.
only joking about the
I know.
Jeffrey Epstein shit.
I know, but the sad part about that is like they literally chose to hang out with those predators because they didn't want to listen to their parents because they thought their parents were lame. It's just facts. Like I hate to be that way, but it's just facts. They thought
No,
their parents were lame,
So you
and they thought
have,
this person over here was cool, and then they ended up on a jet on an island some damn where because they thought that
you
person
also
was
have
cool.
the really lax, really non-authoritarian parenting that said
Yeah,
that you can hang out with that predator and I'm not going to tell you what to do. So you
yeah,
also have like a
because
lot of
that's where I was.
teeter-tottering and a lot of like, oh, I kind of don't think that what I'm doing is good, but at the same time, I'm not being policed by anyone to do the right thing.
Yeah,
Like
but at the same
nor
time, those are the
myself.
parents I was talking about in the one last stream. Like when I said, "Don't be your children's friend." Those are pretty much those parents that pretty much do that.
Really friendly.
They're trying so hard to be their children's friend because they don't want their children to be upset with them. But what they fail to realize with that is that backfires in your face because when they get older, they're not going to respect you as a parent at all. They're not going to see you as a parent. They're not going to see you as anybody that can give them any authoritative direction. Damn, I can't say that word. The fuck. They're going to be somebody that you can't get. They're basically going to view you as that type of person for the most part. They're going to view you like they're your friend or they're your peer or they're your somebody at school for the most part or they're somebody that's beneath them for the most part. And this is where a lot of these parents fuck up at. These are where a lot of the millennial parents fuck up at because they try to overcoddle them while trying to be their friend at the same fucking time.
Mhm. Yeah, and then the whole idea of friendship is convoluted to where the people that you become friends with are also enabling you and
Yeah,
also very not conduct or productive people to be hanging out with.
yeah, true.
It's just
Very true.
a different cycle.
Very true. Very, very true. And that's the thing. That's going to be the overall problem with a lot of the stuff that's going on with the millennials until they pretty much like because really soon they're going to pretty much be the baby boomers of their era when the Gen Alpha pretty much grows up because Gen Alpha pretty much I've met all those kids because my children go to school with some of those kids and they're pretty much all like that was stupid and they're a little bit smarter than the millennial crowd. Okay, let me rephrase that. They're a lot smarter than the millennial crowd, and there are a lot of there's a lot of go getters in this group of Gen Alphas that are coming up for the most part. Like they're going to be like your Gen Xers slash baby boomers slash forgotten people. Like
Oh
they're
yeah,
like a
they
nice
might
little
raise
hybrid.
themselves.
They're a
They might
nice
raise
hybrid of
themselves.
that. Yeah, like the Gen Alphas are pretty much a hybrid of the forgotten people of the boomers and the Gen Xers. So they're always gonna want to go out and be independent, but they're gonna listen to their parents because their parents aren't going to treat them like they're over coddled or for the most part, or they're overprotected. And a neat thing about what I noticed with a lot of the Gen Alphas and Gen Zs is a lot of the schools are actually bringing back dodgeball, which would
What?
be shocking. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, a lot of the schools are bringing back dodgeball. Yes, so like a lot of the schools where these Gen Alphas and these Gen Zs are going to, they're actually
It's a
bringing back
microcosm.
competition and are getting rid
It's
of
like,
getting
all
rid of
right,
the participation trophy.
these
I have
kids,
made a lot of
the
heads
city's
roll in
pissing me off.
dodgeball.
Yeah,
These
they're
kids
getting rid of the
are pissing me
participation
off.
trophy. Go ahead, Yam.
Yeah, like I can just see it's kind of like uh, all of the frustration and the teachers are just like, all right, just put these kids in the gymnasium. Start get the ball. Let's just hash things out. Like these kids are getting
Yeah,
on my nerves. Start
yeah,
throwing
and
balls at them.
that's the neat thing about it. So like it would no longer be everybody won or there's no score to being kept. Because I've seen it with the soccer league and my children now. Like they're literally keeping score. Like no, dude, you lost. Not everybody won. And, like they're literally like breaking kids' hearts right now. Like with these Gen Alphas and these the Gen Zs, the pretty much the later Gen Zs for the most part, they're pretty much literally breaking their hearts. Like, dude, no, you lost. I'm sorry. like like Lazo knows the difference between winning and losing for the most part. He doesn't have that false facade of everybody wins. Yay. No, he actually knows when his team lost and when his team won for the most part.
Yeah, that's a real problem. Is that people are just like,
Yeah.
oh, like when somebody mentions, yeah, but there are losers in this game that we're playing called feminism. Everyone's like, why are you so confident? Why are you so insensitive?
Yeah, but the sad part about it is there's always going to be losers. Oh, I meant to say something to Double I while we're in this live stream. Double I got 4 words for you: red lentil coconut curry.
Ooh.
That sounds like the most delicious thing I've never tasted.
Let me see what Google flights are right now for Costa Rica.
I'm actually stateside, goofball.
Oh, even easier. So I don't have to call my friend at the State Department to let me out of the country.
I'm stateside, goofball. I had to get my hair cut, so I'm stateside. I'm actually waiting. I'm actually going to leave to take a flight in about like a few minutes, is like about like 15, 20 minutes basically. So like I wanted to do this live stream before I got on the flight and like get everybody here to talk about various things in the world for the most part.
Nice. So it's like, so what is this? I know it's like
Very nice.
a lot about it. A lot of it is about bringing people together, but like, what does it do for you internally? Like making these live streams. Like, how do you see it affecting you?
It doesn't really affect me as much as people think it does. Like Tico, I can't believe you do live streams like 5 days a week, this many days a week. Because like I look at it like this, I want to help other people. I want to help people as much as possible. And if you've ever looked at a lot of my live streams in like the description box, I don't always put my name first. I'll put like double I, Yam, somebody else, and me in the middle, some damn word, me at the end, or I'll put like Black Pill Menace, and I always put myself last because I'm trying to help these guys for the most part, even though some of them actually got more subs than me right now with my new channel. But like I'm trying to help them out basically to be bigger because like apparently my name is much bigger than my channel apparently. So
That's true. That's true.
it's like my name is pretty much way bigger than my channel is. So like I basically try to help them while I'm trying to grow up while I'm trying to grow my channel myself for the most part. And like if you've ever noticed, like,
pardon me for interrupting, but while we have you on the spot, there's like the whole everybody wins mentality when it comes to this channel, and I wanted to pick your brain and ask if you ever think about like the fact that not all of us like, because you want us all to be big, but what do you see as like a negative?
The only negative I see is unless y'all like go off the deep, one of y'all go off the deep end, then I have to pretty much excommunicate one of y'all. That's like the only negative I see. Like, yeah, I'm no longer hanging with this person. This motherfucker fucked up. Then I got to make a video about you. Then
So
everybody pretty much knows.
Let me ask you about an example of the deep end. So if I was to conduct a interrogation while we were on a live stream, and you heard the pain and agony of me ripping toenails off or something like that, would that be overboard?
That would be overboard, but I'll probably mute your mic while you're doing that.
I got you. Okay. Just want to be clear. That's all. Because, I don't want my work to get in the way of my work.
Whatever, smart ass. Whatever, smart ass. But yeah, it's just I basically see it as like a pretty much a vessel to basically make everybody here more like just do something positive for everybody here for the most part, and do good for the community and help other men and stuff along the lines of that. So I really don't see it as a conflict of interest, because at the end of the day, I have no problem with working with people, despite the fact that I'm a Sigma male. I only work with people who I deem necessary to work with, if you know what I mean. Because there's a lot of people that are out on the live stream that I don't really agree with. And I'll tell you in a heartbeat, like, yeah, that nigga's not coming on next week, or that nigga's only getting cut down to one live stream a week or some shit like that, basically. Because there's just those people that just rub me the wrong way, and it's totally against the message that I'm actually trying to preach and teach for the most part, if you know what I mean. So I don't want nobody on here that's going to go against my message or that's going to make my message seem, I don't want nobody to basically counteract my message or, basically do something that's against the message I'm trying to preach, because I'm not into all that trolling shit. I'm not with all that other shit, and I'm not with all that, other great shit. And I try to stay neutral as humanly possible for the most part. I mean, it is what it is. But don't get me wrong. I will make just because I say I'm staying neutral, just know that there will be a video about you if you say some dumb shit. Because it's just natural Tico. It's natural progression of Tico. It may not come out when all this shit unfolded, but like I said, if you really want to know how I feel about you, wait 4 weeks to eight months, and you'll find out what I feel about you. It's just fact.
There's definitely a time and place for shit posting and trolling.
Yeah.
And it's not, and there's no time and place for going the other way and ghosting.
Yeah, because other people see it as people. Well, Tico, technically, you just participated. No, I didn't. If you've ever known the history of my channel, I basically make a video about all the stupid shit that happens in my comment section, or something revolving around my videos or live streams. This is how I've always been. So I'm not changing, and it's not brand new. So don't be thinking, oh my God, Tico just did. No, it's not. No, nigga. Psychesoap knows. Trust me, Psychesoap, and MiGTOW and the Wind both had to talk me down from the ledge many a times by calling me. They know, like this is basically something that I'll always do for the most part. This is a part of my milieu for the most part. My channel's basically set up to troll trolls, if you know what I mean.
I troll trolls too.
What the fuck did I just walk into? Ripping nails off of hands and
that was a joke.
Don't forget the crayon.
That was a joke. I haven't done that in a while.
You forgot the crayon eating. Crayons are delicious.
Would you say that? Because
I need a drink.
I need a drink.
Hey, join the club, buddy. I got some Roni right here.
He's got dibs.
He's got dibs on Roni.
Dibs on Roni.
Dibs on Roni, right?
He got the dibs on the Roni.
No, stay away from that Roni boy.
That'd be funny if out of all this mess that there'd be a huge boom in children named Corona or Roni.
Yep.
Oh, you know the Roni.
And there's gonna be a kid named Roni or Corona after this is all said and done. Watch.
I bet you there is already a Roni out there.
Or
today.
I'm gonna name my kid Corey.
Huh? What Roni? Dennis?
Coronisha.
Tyroni if they're black.
Tyroni, yeah. Tyroni.
Roniqua.
Roniqua, yep. Roniqua. Corona.
Roniqua. Nigga, Roniqua, girl.
Coronola.
Renee.
Deroni.
Or Roan Shell.
Roan Shell.
Sounds
like some ordnance that you pick up from the army.
Right.
What are you firing? I'm firing Roan shells. Okay?
Right? Roan shells.
90mm Roan shells.
Or Lorona.
Rona Shauna Johnson.
How about this one?
Wow.
How about this one? Slow spread.
That's a middle name.
That's a middle name. That's the middle name.
Rona
right
Slow Spread Smith.
Right?
Yep.
That sounds kind of pornographic.
I know, right?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
we have to slow the spread. We really do, gentlemen. Help us slow the spread.
Yeah, because I will say that I want everybody to grow around me, and I want everybody to get the same attention and recognition while we're all growing together for the most part, even at exponential or different rates for the most part. I always wanted to bring up the smaller channels for the most part that nobody ever really talks about or nobody really ever gives a shout out to. So when I picked this group of people, I basically picked it because I know this group of people, I trust this group of people, and I trust their judgment, and I trust what they got going on mentally for the most part.
Yep. Even though one of us wants a drink.
You're already late. Two of us are already drinking. But yeah, that's basically all I want to do.
One's in the clouds.
Yeah, that's what basically I want to do. I basically want to be able to help men my own way. I don't want to do it nobody else's way. I basically wanted to do it Tico's way. kind of like Carlito's way. Minus the murder and the killing, basically. But yeah, you know what I mean. I basically want to do it my way.
Princess, the cartel princess is a wonderful woman.
Yeah, but that's all I really want to do. I basically just want to help men get to where they need to be and be stabilized, and be stabilized and be able to help yourselves and not fall for the stupidity that is the gynocentric world for the most part. So I would like to help them in my way for the most part. And that's basically how I look at it and how I see it. The Ticosphere. Not everybody gets a trophy. You got to earn your trophies in the Ticosphere. Like True Sherm said, Tico's the type of nigga that expects you to carry your own weight.
Unless you're a land whale, and if you're a land whale, you can't carry your own weight.
You're just gonna die on a beach.
That's
Because I'm not rolling you back. You got to roll yourself back, or figure out how to get back in the water.
Rolling.
Would you say that's what?
And it's called the Death Stranding, is what happens
for the
on
most
the
part.
beach. The beaches or the whales on the beach. And I think so an important aspect of this that I'd like to add is like with regard to my experience growing up, it was always about whenever I go to my friend's house and game, we would just sit and talk shit online.
Mm-hmm.
So I incorporate a lot of that into how I operate on the internet and in the manosphere. Because if you can't talk crap without a little bit of detachment, and you get too into it, that's how you know that person's a rager. It like differentiates the ragers from the like engagers, the ragers from the people who are and the tryhards from the people who are just trying to have fun and grow and gain experience. Because you can see somebody who's like, oh, I'm 10th prestige and I'm like so passionate about this game. But like then you could also have somebody who's like not as high of a level, but still is just passionate about the game and is like trying to make trying to make sure everyone has fun, but still competing in the game, for example, or for the most part. So like that's kind of how I see our group. Is we're kind of like a collective of people who like just have fun and they're trying to grow, and if we're not growing together, then we leave for a little bit or leave for the time being, and we grow in another place.
Yeah.
So come back like the 6 heartbeats in this motherfucker, like new addition.
Like the Temptations doing some background dancing.
Yeah, I'm David Ruffin. I made those sorry asses.
Yeah, that's what Tico said.
I don't know about all that now. I usually put everybody else.
That could be like another segment of the show. It's like
I usually put everybody in front of.
It could be another part of the show
To do their own thing for the
this
most part. I never really.
Tico says, "Fuck you, fuck your day, fuck your family."
I don't know about all that now.
For the most part, if you know what I mean, basically, a nigga might become a third world country. A nigga got standards. Something that I find funny. No, you can make all of it. You can make all of it into like a quip, some pithy quips.
Well, technically, Freaky Jersey Tales did that in a video of me when he was picking on me because I made a roast video. I made a jokey roast video about him. Mm-hmm. So he turned around on Anchor and made another video. You see that video on Anchor? I think I put it in one of my rooms, one of the servers. I gotta send that one to you if you haven't seen it. Psychesoap. It's on Anchor. Freaky Jersey Tales did a roast of me because I picked on him.
Yeah.
You see it?
No, I might have to check that out.
Yeah, it's funny. So I'm gonna text that one to you, but it was funny as hell. I was cracking up.
All right.
Oh, while we're on the top, because we should go back to, because we were talking about it, we should go back to the whole absurdism and like the quasar mentality, because
absurdism and quasar mentality. Wow.
Quasar philosophy.
He's throwing shade right now.
Quasar philosophy.
He's really throwing shade on the
shade.
quasar.
Not shade. No.
That sounds like some shade to me.
No.
Every time when you want to address that, he's throwing shade at you, pimp.
I'm propping up the quasar.
You instigating motherfucker.
Right.
No. You gotta
sound like some serious shade.
Can somebody
MiGTOW
can
the
you let me
win.
finish? Can you let me finish?
Go ahead.
But like it's all about when it comes to gaming, it's like you can see how the social hierarchy reacted to gaming because gaming blew up and now you have e-gamers and League of Legends and people who like then it's like it sells out stadiums of like millions and millions of people. But then at the same time it's like it's kind of taken away from what it was when I was a kid, like just hanging out with your friends and playing. Now people win like the guy that won like $3 million playing Fortnite. It's kind of like turned into a thing that like now people can be like, oh, I'm so tough because I'm so cool because I play video games. But
on
it never
top of
used
that
to be
too,
like that.
on top of that, you also got the gaming thoughts now too in that
Yeah, the Twitch thoughts.
community. The gaming thoughts. Well, not all of them are Twitch though, but like they got a shit ton of gaming thoughts that play stupid games.
Yeah.
And always win prizes for no damn reason whatsoever. But yeah, that's annoying to me. Being on Twitch, that is so fucking annoying to me. Watching Twitch streamers do stupid shit. But that's just me though.
Okay, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, I hate that troll.
Okay, Roni.
She got partnership. And she wasn't even on Twitch yet. They gave her partnership before she even started a channel on Twitch.
What?
Yeah, they gave her partnership. They gave her partnership before she even started a channel on Twitch. Yeah, they literally gave her partnership before she even. And she literally, when she literally came over and started a Twitch channel, she got partnership right off the bat. They offered her partnership before she became a Twitch streamer.
The simping is real.
Bully hunters. You know that? Remember that? Like the group of women that chase down and like invade the server, and then they kill the person that's like sexually harassing the women online, defending women. Dude, that's ridiculous, man. And it's just so crazy. I mean, like I'm all for not just like I just got done saying like I'm fine with people being all friendly online and stuff, but that's just like so far in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Like trying to bring social justice into it. It's just ruined everything, man.
Yeah, it did.
It's ruined everything. And then now like we should have I feel like we should like make sock accounts and then go and play these people, these Twitch thoughts, and beat them and show how good we are, and then maybe they'll bring some traffic to our channels. That would be interesting.
Nah, they would never bring traffic to our channels.
Well, we don't have booths.
I'm half tempted to do a Twitch live stream and have the Cartel Princess sitting there naked next to me.
I got banned. I got banned on Twitch without even making a stream. They banned me for my title.
I believe it. They do that a lot on Twitch.
They banned me for having MiGTOW in my name, like MiGTOW members.
Fuck?
I didn't even make a stream on Twitch at all. I just commented.
These people should not have power.
They ban you for names. Yeah.
How do these people gain power over a certain part of game streaming and all that? It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's basically Twitch literally banned them. Will ban you for titles or your name, or whatever the name of your Twitch name is. They'll ban you for like a certain amount of time, or they'll ban you for temporary, or they'll ban you forever, basically, depending on how they feel about it. And if you got MiGTOW in your title, you'll get banned for life.
Well, they're like in the norm. They're in like the position of like, or they're embodying a normal try-hard gamer who's just like, I don't like you, I'm gonna ban you. And it's like if those people are like in power, then then what happens to the people who are really pragmatic and truly just looking to make gaming more popular? Because the more you ban people, like who knows, dude? Dennis could have been like MLG Pro, changed the world of Street Fighter 4. Now we'll never know.
Yeah, for real.
Because he got banned for a name, dude. Like, are you serious? Like, we should
shit like that is really real. Shit like that is really real. And the sad part, what a lot of people actually don't know is like
dumb.
What a lot of people actually don't know is like
feelings were hurt.
Yeah, a lot of feelings were hurt. What a lot of people don't know is they're actually literally doing that on Discord right now because a lot of people lost their channels. They're literally bombing channels on Discord.
Yeah, Men's Daily Red Pill. Yeah, he got taken down.
Like the sad part about that is like 2 of my channels actually got bombed for free speech already.
Damn.
On Discord. So this is the reason why I actually have the rules that I do in like the Safe House, or I have the rules that I do in Unpublished Tome for those reasons for the most part. Because right now it's like I don't even care about like Freedom Corner anymore. That could just pretty much go down the drains anymore. Oh, and FYI, for the person who joined Freedom Corner, it's actually a gaming and news platform. It's not a MiGTOW platform. I hate to break it to you. So you can make all the videos you want about it. It is not even a MiGTOW. It's not even a MiGTOW. It's not even a MiGTOW server. It's basically a gaming and news server for the most part.
Shit.
But yeah, outside of that, like I don't know, stuff is pretty okay for right now, and I really don't have any problems with stuff. But like, it's one of those things where it's like I don't got no problem with making a server for somebody else. What I do have a problem with is rebuilding a server for my fucking self. That's where I have a problem.
Which is a pain in the ass. It's such a
because like now you got to get it back to the perfect shape that you had it before.
Invite all the people again.
Yeah, invite all the people again. Like the sad part about that is you're never happy once you got to rebuild a server again. So like you might not have liked something in the last server, so you wanted to change it this time, and you just now think of it. Now you're going around changing shit. So like it's one of those things where like I don't really want to have to rebuild a server for no fucking reason whatsoever. I mean, I can rebuild a server really quickly. Don't get me wrong, for many people at the same time. However, what I don't want to do is rebuild my own damn server over again. So this is why I got the rules that I do.
It's like making mashed potatoes from scratch.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, it's not hard to make mashed potatoes from scratch. It's more or less the work that goes into making the mashed potatoes from scratch and all the hard work you got to do, especially if you don't have the blender. You got to do it by hand and shit. Then it's a problem. And it's a fucking problem.
That.
Yeah.
That fucking potato peeler. Rah, hate that.
Yeah, you literally got to peel the potatoes and all that shit. Hell, I just leave the skin on the potatoes and mash them. I wash them, soak them, wash them, and then I wash them in salt. I'll soak them in salt water, then I wash them again. Then I basically go from there.
I'm going to rail mushroom hunting here pretty soon. I mean, but in the climate in which I am, you got to catch them at a certain fucking time. I think like around April, May-ish, something like that. Yeah, kind of how I do those.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, the ticks aren't, but other than that, it's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, no.
What the fuck is this? Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, I was watching the Roy Lab site, and kind of bummed out earlier today looking at all of the fucking cases of the Roni and shit. What you think about Costa Rica having 2 deaths so far?
That's basically people who actually came into the country who they quarantined just as they were locking down the border, basically. So they weren't even our people.
Yeah.
They were from another country, and we basically did what we could, but it was a little too late for them anyway, because they basically they came through a bunch of countries, so they infected a bunch of countries before they got to Costa Rica. So it's one of the things where like they were sitting on it for a while and nobody said anything about it, and we basically caught them at the tail end. But like right now, Costa Rica and like several other, like there's only like 4 or 5 other countries that literally got a complete lockdown. Nobody allowed in, even if you're allowed in. Like nobody's allowed in at all. Like if you're a citizen, you can come in, but we're going to quarantine you for 14 days before we let you out in the public.
Yeah,
there's only like 5 countries that's doing it. They're all third world countries. Huh?
I said some people I know have to cancel their trip too. And so they're bummed out, but I'm just like, yeah, they're probably doing it for a good reason.
Yeah, because like, remember I told you about the one chick that tried to take that wouldn't cancel her cruise because they wouldn't give her back her money. She came back from the cruise with coronavirus.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Hell, what the fuck is the Netherlands doing, man? I mean, damn near 10,000 cases. 639 deaths, but only 3 recovered? What the fuck?
Yeah. Sad part about that is what
the numbers are shocking.
Yeah, China. I think China and America got the best recovery numbers out of everybody for the most part right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, China and America got the best recovery numbers.
Let me show you something.
What? But yeah, I'm about to have to catch my flight. I'll see all y'all in Relentless 6 tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
True
we'll-
charm, baby.
Yeah, he'll be on tomorrow, so everybody tune in for Relentless 6 tomorrow. That should be fun. Yeah. Yeah, I'll pretty much see y'all on Relentless 6 tomorrow for the most part. Or Relentless 8, or however many people jump in and join for the most part. I'll see y'all there. But I gotta go catch my flight because I gotta get going to Siler City so I can go to church in the morning. Because a nigga does go to church.
And if you don't go to church, fuck you, fuck your family, and fuck
No,
your
I
day.
didn't say all that now. Nobody has to go to
Well,
church.
fuck your face and fuck your day. Sorry.
Because,
Fuck your
like,
face and fuck your
unfortunately,
day.
even though I technically still follow Vedic traditions, apparently the Cartel Princess is still Catholic, so we got to go to church. I got to go for my children's sake. Even my Jewish daughters go too. Yeah, they look at me like, seriously, Daddy? I go, don't ask. Don't ask.
Shit.
Like I always say, a nigga might have been raised Catholic, but a nigga still atheist.
Right? Nigga might have been raised Catholic, but a nigga still atheist. Yep, that news is good. I usually go to my daughters, Daddy's merely trying to play the odds. Just in case one of them don't work out, God will let us in for one of these other ones.
Free pass. Goodness gracious. Man. You take care, man.
Hedge funding and shit.
Right? I'm hedging religion, heaven for religion, basically. You know, you damn right. Never know. One might not work out, and I might have to end with one, and I might not have to end with the other one. Niggas trying to hedge his bets right now.
The right time to do it.
Right?
The right time to do it.
Yeah, you gotta watch that Roni.
Yeah, you definitely gotta watch that Roni. You gotta definitely watch that Roni.
Far away from the Roni.
Definitely. And social isolation is good.
Don't talk about my son like that. Don't talk about my son like that.
Right? and for those women who are jealous because I got my hair cut and you couldn't get your hair done because you was looking a hot mess, sucks being you. I got my hairs cut. I got this fresh line up, fresh shape up, fresh Caesar, and you looking like a troll right now.
Treasure troll.
Let me stop. Let me stop.
Roni.
Add me on PSN, A Dog Blanca.
Oh, good lord. All right, but everybody can do their outro now.
That's all I gotta say. Be good. MiGTOW to win. MiGTOW to win it. Psychesoap.
MiGTOW to win. You want to do an outro, or did you fall asleep on us?
I think he's asleep.
I think the alcohol got to him. Blame it on it. Alcohol. Blame it on it. Go Psychesoap.
This guy. We're all one big brother, and I'm not talking about the one that watches you. All belong to one Father. You tread on one, you hurt another, and that to me is brotherhood. See y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Menace.
All I can say is
Don't
catch the Roni and wash your hands and save lives and not wives.
All right.
He's always changing up. You always expect him to say hoes mad. I know, right?
Save brothers, not single mothers.
Right on.
Right on. Double I, your outro. I guess Yam's gonna be doing MiGTOW the wins again.
Yeah. Get ready.
Zed.
Are y'all ready? Go Double I.
Leave the Roni dip for those who cannot flip from the blue pill to the red.
Now that Dennis is on the show, you can't find your inner Dennis anymore because Dennis is actually on the show now.
Dennis is actually here, so I can't do Dennis.
He couldn't pull his Dennis. He couldn't channel his inner Dennis.
But what I can do is what I can do.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I forgot the cursing. You're leaving the cursing out.
MiGTOW the Wind signing out. I'm in the sleep marathon in my third door, the 34.
Breaker 19. Breaker 19.
What the fuck is this fucking pesky truck?
Fucking Penske. This
Yeah,
fucking
check out my
Penske
rear
truck.
tire
Every
about
time I'm
20
trying to get
times.
somewhere, there's a Penske truck in my way.
Oh, this is classic. This is
Only one coming in over my truck is gonna be made out of TPE plastic. MiGTOW the Wind signing out.
That's crazy as hell.
Did I do that right? Did I do that right?
Yeah, you did.
I thought it was
That was
him,
some funny
too.
shit. Oh my god. I'm so time stamping this one
Somebody
and making
was
a
going
video
to
out of
do
this
it.
one. This is funny as hell. I'm so
Somebody
time
was
stamping
gonna
this.
do
And
that
I'm so
eventually.
making a clip out of this one and putting it on my channel.
That's absolutely out of respect.
I know.
Absolutely out of respect.
He knows.
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
they had to do it.
Somebody had to do it, definitely. Go double I. Are you done or no?
Yeah, double I.
I think I'm done. I thought Mango Chunks was actually going to do an outro, but she decided.
She want to do an outro?
Nope. She does not want to be on.
We heard her voice already. She
I know
might
you
as
did.
well.
I know you
She
did.
said it's for guys.
haven't-
She
tell
said
her.
it's
How
for
they
guys.
play.
Keep it that way.
She's too shy.
MiGTOW the Wind impersonation took the cake.
Right? No, that was the funniest shit in the world.
I can't wait to listen to that back and see if I did it right. Let's see how.
Yeah,
see how
that
yeah,
well I
was
you
did.
funny
did,
as hell.
man.
You
That
did it.
was-
You
yeah.
definitely did it. That was perfect.
Yeah.
That was way better.
I thought it was him
Yeah, I thought it was him too.
until I realized
It was
still on
your
mute.
mic blowing up. Yeah, it was your logo glowing and still like that's like I thought it was really him. I'm like, oh shit. Like, oh man, he's gonna be talking about you tomorrow when he hears
Yeah,
that.
he's,
Like,
I'm like, I'm worried he's gonna come hunt me down. No,
yeah,
crazy.
right.
Like,
He was like, yeah,
I'm gonna
you're
be
an
chilling in
ass
my
for that.
room. All of a sudden, I hear a semi just crash into my house. my twitching body. He just walks over. Remember, I'm a motherfucking quasar. Dude, he's gonna kill me, man. My time is limited.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be definitely funny and playback.
Well, guys,
I'm, sorry,
I'm gonna
funny,
go
but-
make amends with my family. Say my last goodbyes because MiGTOW the Wind's gonna come hunt me down. Y'all be good.
Okay.
No,
Y'all be
he's
blessed.
already texted
Y'all be
me.
blessed and make sure y'all show up for
He's already texted me the
Relentless
contract,
6 tomorrow,
so
definitely.
I'll be done doing it.
Make sure y'all show up for Relentless 6 tomorrow, where we'll do a full live stream for you guys. I'm sorry I had to cut this short because I actually got to take a flight, basically. So y'all be blessed. Have a good one. Stay safe from the coronavirus and other stupid people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Right?
Hey, control that trolling, Menace. Be careful around those trolls, buddy. You
Yeah,
have you have a bunch of angels protecting you, but just
You
be
want to catch
careful.
the coronavirus now.
Mm-hmm. Corona-chan is above you, watching over you. Just be wary.
She's a wonderful woman too, like the cartel princess.
Oh, good
Mhm.
lord.
Mhm.
I don't think the cartel princess would take too kindly to that because Corona Chan's actually a yeah.
Cartel princess is a better woman though.
Oh goodness, y'all.
Woohoo!
And I'm going to end this live stream now.